Morning. I always like to say that. Good morning. My name is Amy Bacon with Spiritually, Physically, Financially Fit with Bacon. And today, my guest is Lisa Jordan, Clint Jordan's wife. I'm so excited. I guess I shouldn't put that together because, she's her own person too.
It's okay. I get it all the time. I'm like, Clint, you are a celebrity.
Oh, that's funny. You're like, oh, that's Clint's wife. Or it's the opposite, right? And they go,
No, I'll be in Lowe's. Like, I was in Lowe's one time and they were like, "Are you Clint's wife?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" And they tell me like I'm supposed to know. And I'm like, "Okay, he's out
so,
there."
do you want to tell us a little bit about you? And also add about your power lifter record. I want to know about that. So, can you tell
Oh,
us a bit about yourself? A little bio there.
oh, sure. Like way back when it all started or like currently.
Yeah, let's just start from the beginning. I want to.
Start
I kind
way
of
from the
want
beginning. June 15th, 1981, a star was born, right?
to know. Yes.
Um, no, my name is Lisa Jordan. I am from Maine. I am from a small town about like 30 minutes from the coast of Maine, inland, where people don't move away from Maine, right? They stay right there. So I'm the little black sheep already that I ventured not just to New Hampshire, but like clear across the country. I let's see, ran track in high school, went to college for teaching. So I got my teaching degree. I was an elementary school teacher actually for 17 years before meeting my lovely current husband, who just changed my world, right, Amy? Yes, we know.
Yes.
Um, and
If he's listening, we want to make sure we.
oh, yeah, yes, we want to make sure we really pump it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so let's see. I was actually married previous to Clint, and my children's father was being deployed, well, sent on a remote assignment to Thule, Greenland for a year, and family couldn't go because it's like up in the permafrost, like 3 miles from the North Pole or something. So I was left home with a 2 year old and a 9 month old, and I had no idea what to do with myself, as far as like how do I get a break, because I was here in Colorado and my entire family was in Maine. Um, and I was really the only one that had kids. All my other friends still didn't have kids, yet. So my husband at the time was like, "Well, why don't you just join a gym that has childcare? And then you can, put the kiddos in the childcare room and you can go, do your thing." And I was like, what am I going to do at a gym? Like, I don't know how to use any of the equipment or anything. But I did. I joined the Y, and my kids lasted 3 days in childcare. They screamed for 30 minutes every single
Oh,
day, and we got kicked out of the Y.
oh
And
my!
so,
You can get kicked out of the Y. Oh my!
well, they got kicked out of childcare because they just couldn't be there without screaming,
Okay.
and that's apparently a rule, is that you can't cry bloody murder for more than 20 minutes before mom has to come get you. And then three attempts, and then they're like, yeah, probably it's not going to work. Um, so then I didn't give up. I just went to a different gym. In that childcare room, they could actually see me lifting or working out. And then, we get that separation pay. And so I hired a personal trainer because I had no idea what I was doing, on the floor by myself. And then here we are, 13 years later. So I just kind
Wow.
of fell in love with it. And in the process, met, that marriage didn't work, and happened to meet Clint at a gym. And then here we are.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
What is your powerlifting? I mean, when did you break this record in powerlifting? I just find
oh,
powerlifting really awesome.
yeah, but we'll rewind a little bit. So when
Okay.
Clint was facing retirement, he was like, he knew he didn't want to still work, in any sort of government position, and he didn't know what to do. And I just jokingly was like, well, let's open our own gym. It's where we met. Wouldn't it be cute? And then a year later, we opened CrossFit Bonnie and Clyde. It
Wow.
just, the universe just kind of kept unraveling perfectly for us to buy out an old gym. And then we found a space. And because he was getting his real estate license, he could, kind of broker the space. And it just all really worked out. So in in the CrossFit Bonnie and Clyde birth, I resigned from teaching because it really just blew up really fast. We got over 100 members within like the first 3 months, and Clint couldn't coach all the classes himself. So I went off and got certified in CrossFit. And then I was coaching a lot. So as you're coaching, you're demonstrating, you're lifting, you're doing it with the members. And then I started being told, like, wow, for your size and your weight, you're really strong. And I had lifted 4 or 5 years, previous to this, just at a
Yeah.
regular gym. And then we hired on an Olympic lifting coach, which is not powerlifting, but a little bit of the same path. And she started pulling records and pulling my age, and was like, you could, you could go places with this if you really put some thought into actually training in it. And I was like, oh, I don't have time for that, well, whatever. I was really focused on bodybuilding at that time as well. But I had always just kind of kept it in the back of my mind. And then last year, so this is probably like 5 years afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So last year, a lady that was running a powerlifting competition was asking for sponsors to sponsor her meet. And I just happened across it on Facebook. And so I clicked the link and saw that it was an all female powerlifting meet. And I was like, that seems like fun. And it was called Boobies for Barbells, or Barbells for Boobies. It was around Halloween, but also a
Yeah.
breast cancer awareness fundraiser. And I was like, yeah, let's just do it. It'll be fun, right?
Yeah.
So I worked with her husband, because I learned that there's some like commands and special things in powerlifting that weren't in CrossFit. And so I just wanted to learn those commands, so I didn't like jump the gun on a lift or anything like that. And then lo and behold, I won the meet. In powerlifting, there's something called best lifter, where your weight versus the weight you move, how vastly different they are apart from each other, denotes if you're the best lifter or not, meaning you're the strongest, I guess. And you normally get money. So my name got called, and I won like $300, and I was like, this is wild. How is this happening? Um,
Wow.
so then I really actually trained for 6 months with Joe to put some weight on, and last April was the state meet here.
Oh,
All
it just
right.
happened.
Yeah, it was April
Oh, wow.
2025. So Joe didn't tell me until like 2 weeks before. He asked me what I weighed, and I told him, and he's like, "Oh, you're only like 4 pounds away from the next weight class down to compete. Do
Okay.
you think we could do a quick water cut?" And I'm no stranger to cutting weight, for bodybuilding, leaning out and cutting in to get on stage. He's like, if we do a quick water cut over the next, 8 to 10 days, do you think you could weigh in at 132? Because if you do, you could capture the numbers that you're pulling in practice. You
Yeah.
could capture all the state records in the bench, the squat, and the deadlift, and then you could capture the total. So that's all three of those lifts added up. So it's called the total.
Wow.
And you could break all the state records. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll cut 4 pounds and give it a whirl. And so we did.
Do you mind me asking how tall and how much you weigh? If you don't want to,
Yeah.
it's okay. I know how
No,
few.
it's okay. It's more of a loaded question where you have to ask me how much do I weigh at certain times of the year. But
Tell me
right
which
now,
one you want to tell me.
okay. Currently, so okay, I'm always 5'2 3/4. That doesn't fluctuate. So I'm barely 5'3. I'm a little one.
Okay.
Um, on stage for bodybuilding, I'll weigh around 120 to 122. In my highest bulk, which I'm kind of starting to get to that point, I've got a couple more months, I'm aiming to weigh 150. So
Okay.
I can fluctuate 20 to 25 pounds within a 6 month time span. Currently, right now, I weigh 143.1.
And then do you mind telling me your age?
I am 44 and a half.
Wow.
I'll be 45 in June.
And the reason I did that, I don't want some people going, oh my God, I mean, it's so rude and disrespectful to a female, but it's
Oh, I
not.
love
What I'm
it.
trying to tell people is that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can do it. I did my only bodybuilding competition. I want to do another one. I'm 56 now, but when I was 47, I did it, and I was so proud of myself. And everything wasn't perfect, but I got on the stage and I finished what I started. But I want people to know that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can do anything, and you can just focus. And one of the things that I want to go back and recap just a little bit, when I noticed when you were talking, was that you constantly had a trainer. You had somebody who helped you get to where you wanted to go, and that seemed to be real important, because when you went to the gym, you go, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to go hire somebody, and those people that person taught you the things in the gym, right? And then when you're ready to do powerlifting, you went and hired somebody named Joe, right? He's a trainer. And so tell me how you pick. And the reason I want to stop there and talk about that is, how did you pick? Because you seem to be like a person, and this is how my perception of you is that, okay, I have a plan, but I want to do it right. Mm-hmm. That's how I see you. So I'll go, you're not winging it. So you're going, I'm going to go find somebody. So when you pick these people out, how do you pick this person out, this Joe person, or whoever's training you that's helping you get to your goal?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm probably the biggest rule follower in America, like to the point where Clint we're at the airport, and they're calling like the boarding zones, and we're in like 8, right? Because we picked the cheapest seats, and he's like, let's go. And I'm like, they only called boarding zone 1. He's like, I don't care, let's go. And I'm like, we can't, it's not our turn, we're gonna get in trouble, right? So that's how much of a rule follower I am. But more importantly, I want to direct my focus and my energy all on the training and the lifting, and I don't want to have to think of that myself. Not that I'm not knowledgeable, because I have taken the last 7 years that I haven't been teaching to get, I've got 15 personal training certifications in all different avenues, 3 CrossFit certifications, a functional health and integrative wellness certification now, like peptide cert. So I've got I've gotten them all, and
but
I don't mind.
A coach. You have all this training, and you're so smart.
Right.
You're like, but I still need somebody to help me get to where I need to go.
Yes, because I don't mind being that person for other people, but I don't want to be that person for myself, because I want to execute. I want to be given a plan. I don't want to think about it. I want to be given my nutrition. I want to be told what to do. And then I want to put my 100% focus into just executing that to the best of my ability. And then if something goes awry for whatever reason, I don't want to have to like figure that out myself. I want to go to my person that has learned me, which I highly encourage, if you're going to get a trainer, to get one that you resonate with and then stick with them so that they can learn you. It's a relationship. Like my bodybuilding trainer, Kenneth Allman, Foundry of Nutrition and Training.
Is he with you physically, or does he do it online?
He's in North Carolina. I am in Colorado. But
wow, okay.
I literally think that I have a more secure relationship with him than some people that are physically here in Colorado, because we don't just text, we don't just email, like we call sometimes weekly, phone calls. He takes the time to learn my life, because that is a pillar that really does affect my training. Like, what is the status of my relationship? What is my mental health? What is my, gut health? Like all these pillars, what are my hormones like? He has taken the time to learn that and or create a village for me, to make sure that all of these people are connected. Like my hormones are done by Rise Hormonal Therapy Clinic, which is out of North Carolina, but they go virtual, obviously, and they communicate with Kenneth. So when I do blood work, they send it to me and they send it to Kenneth. And then Kenneth and I get on the phone with Matt, who's the owner of Rise, and we triangulate the results. And then we see what needs to be supplemented where or whatever. So it's not just me being like, oh, I'm just going to go do a bodybuilding show and trying to do it by myself, because I don't think that that's the appropriate way to go if you really want to do it right. like you hire an expert to help you.
Yeah. I like what you said about so you have a trainer, this one trainer, you made sure you stayed with them, but you knew that he could get you there and he was
Yeah.
emotionally stable, mentally stable.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I've
Yeah.
hired people, I've hired trainers, and they're like this mentally, and I can't do that. I need somebody's mentally stable. So I like that you said you found somebody and you stuck with them.
Mhm.
And that person looks at your blood, looks and talks with the people who are experts in that, what supplements you need to
Yeah.
get to where you're going. Okay.
And the thing is, like, he literally took me from drab to fab. I should have sent you some pictures that you could have flashed, you know, like
Oh, send
where
it to me afterwards because I know people love that kind of stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Um, but it's not like he picked me up like this. Like he created this.
Okay.
So, but it's because I gave him the trust and I kind of handed him me and said, "Okay, I know you see potential in me and I'm willing to work for this. So what do I do? Tell me what to do." Right? And I I did it. But it's taken 3.5 years, 4 years. This fall is our fourth year working together. And
Wow.
he's just stayed steady the whole time, like with belief in me and my training and just being a friend. Like I tell my clients, like, are you ready to be in a relationship with me? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to, it's obviously not going to be romantic, but it's going to be on that level of companionship where there's trust. And I believe in you, and my job is to believe in you fiercely more than you believe in yourself, to push you to that next limit and that next limit if you really want something. So Kenneth did that for me, and he took me from a normal Joe Schmo to a professional bodybuilder. Like I won 2 pro cards this summer. So once I signed my contract, I'm now a professional bodybuilder, a nationally ranked power lifter,
That's so awesome.
and it wasn't like I did anything extra fabulous. Like I just followed a plan and listened to my coach.
So your coach builds your supplements, your food plan, and your workout every day. Yeah.
I mean, and it's not like it changes every day. I tell people when they want to get into this sport, like, it's not sexy at all. Like, I will be on a nutrition plan and a training plan for 16 weeks, just executing every day, trying to push. If I lifted 100 pounds last week, I'm trying for 101 this week. Just little pushes every week. It's the concept of progressive overload. If I ate 2,500 calories last week, I'm trying to eat 2,530 calories this week, just pushing my body. It's just slowly every week. And that's where people are like, I am not changing. Because you're not giving it time. It takes time.
Yeah.
And it takes discipline. It doesn't take motivation. I don't wake up every day motivated. I would love to stay in bed. But it just takes habit, discipline, and just belief. Pennies add up to dollars, right? So you just gotta keep saving your pennies.
I love that.
Mm.
I love that you're consistent. Clint's the same way. You guys are and your whole morning routines and night routines. I have a question for you. So, do you work out every single day?
I was it is a misconception that you have to work out every day or 2 times a day. Like I do 2 a days. No, I work out currently now. I'm in my bulk. I'm trying to grow. I do work out 5 days a week. So I work out Monday through Friday, but it's structured where Wednesday is one of my lighter days. It's just shoulder day. So it's not very taxing on my central nervous system. It's not a powerlifting day for me. So I'm not having to use my whole body to move, you know,
Okay.
crazy amounts of weight. And then Fridays are a lighter day for me too. So it's like I get 2 heavy days, a light, a heavy, and a light. And then the weekends, I used to just, oh, I can't wait to CrossFit with my CrossFit family. And now I'm just like, I will go and I will coach and I will be in the environment and I will love the people. But um, rest and recovery is far more important than actually what you do at the gym, to be honest, because
Well,
you need to keep your central nervous system at a homeostasis level where you can rest, you can eat well, you can digest well. There's no point in taking your supplements and trying to eat so much food if you're not doing right by it in your body because your stress levels are so high. And your body doesn't see stress as like the way we deem stress. Like you could get in a car accident, you could have some childhood trauma, you could be in a fight with your spouse, or you could just lift 300 pounds on a deadlift. All of that is seen as the same
Oh, wow.
stress to your
Yeah.
body as far as cortisol release. And so we really have to keep that down. So people that work out like
That's
crazy
interesting.
amounts, I'm like, no, 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 no. You have to rest. You have to rest.
That's interesting. Keeping your cortisol. Look, and we live in the world we do. Oh my
I know.
goodness. Yeah.
And
Mm.
kudos to Kenneth. That is the biggest thing that he tells me is like, when are you resting? Take some time off. I need you out of the gym for 2 days straight. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. He's like, I need you out. And like lo and behold, like being out, it will reduce cortisol. I will be less puffy. I will be less inflamed. And he's like, okay, we're back down. Go ahead. And he can see these things in me in my check-ins because I send photos weekly to him. So
So do you do cardio every day too?
0.
Oh,
Mhm. That's me. That's my body. I
yeah.
do 0 cardio. One, I have arthritis in my left knee because I'm old, and we needed to find a way to cut weight without cardio because it was inflaming my knee to the point where I couldn't even walk on it. So last season we took all cardio out and we just started tweaking my nutrition and the types of foods that I was eating instead. And we added in peptides to my supplement regimen. So like BPC 157 is a healing kind of inflammation reduction peptide. We added in thymosin alpha 1. That's an immunity system situation, like buffer. And I responded really well to those. And so I don't do any cardio,
So
not
did
even
you
walking.
when you started the peptides that you saw a bigger difference in your body and that's
Oh my God, yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah. Like, like where were these things before?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's a movement and I'm behind on it. So I'm learning a little bit about the whole peptide things. I need to learn a little bit more. So maybe you could teach me.
I would
Uh,
love to.
Not today, but yeah, but later. But I would definitely like to know more about peptides because that seems to be the thing right now. And every
Yeah.
time I meet a bodybuilder and people who are serious about building their body, peptides is a part of their life.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They're
that's
great. There's
interesting.
one for everything too. And they're just signals. They're chains of amino acids, if anyone is nerdy. And it just signals your body to do what it's already supposed to do. But with the way that we live life and all the stress, right, of
Yeah.
living in this first world country in this age, we have so much stress that brings us up here that the peptides try to bring us back to baseline, or the stress that has brought us up here has dumped our systems and our firing and our communication in our bodies so much below this like optimal threshold that the peptides signal your body to like unkink the hose, right? And just to
Yeah.
communicate better. And then with that, you can communicate better for your metabolism, your sleep, your fat loss, your insulin release, your immune system, all of it. So give me all the peptides.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, um, having somebody to manage your hormones, your peptides, your coach manages all that with the people that you choose to work with, right? That you give your blood to and you buy or you purchase everything from, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then your coach plans your plan. I'm just trying to recap to make sure I'm following everything in case somebody just got on and they kind of know. And that way I'm not missing anything. So you have a plan, you have a coach, you have somebody who helps you with your hormones, and then your coach is a part of that and them, and your coach knows them. So that's important and you've stuck with the same coach for like 4 years now. And this person, is help build your body to helping you win, not only just powerlifting, but you're a pro bodybuilder multiple times, right? This past year and
Mm-hmm.
before that. And so, So having a good coach, having and staying with your coach, doing what your coach says to do, getting plenty of rest, taking some peptides, and getting your blood checked and making sure that you're good. Did I miss anything? Being consistent. Oh, wait. Get your cortisol levels down. Don't be
Yeah.
don't go home fighting with your family. Don't let your kids look
Right,
your expectations.
right.
Your teenagers. Look, I always say, shut the door on your teenager's bedroom. I went through that when my kids are little. I'm like, oh my God, they'll never clean their room. And being a real estate agent, I see this all the time, right? And it stinks. Oh my God, they don't even know they stink, right?
Yeah. Pick and choose your battles. And
yeah.
I would probably say I choose zero battles. I literally don't. Just on like a self-preservation, but in our household, like that doesn't like mean that anyone is walked all over either, right? Like we have such an established I don't know, set of like boundaries. Like even my kids know, like they've told me that they want to keep their room clean, get good grades because they don't want to disappoint me. Because we have that relationship, right? So there's not a stinky teenager room in our house. Like they're both straight A students. Like it's just I think it's the way you execute life and your confidence, and it just ripples forward to people, and then people just know like don't mess with her. Not in like a mean like, oh my God, she's gonna get you way, but just like they're so, I don't know, secure and confident that they're just not, these issues aren't issues.
Yeah. How did you build your kids up to be at that level? I mean, it's kind of important. How do you speak to your children? What are your expectations for your children for them to be that way?
Yeah. Well, I'm a former teacher, right, of 17 years. I have 2 master's degrees in teaching. So there was a lot of learning about just how to speak with children and get them to do what you want. Not in a malicious way, right? But basically I've always told my kids like I'm not above you. I happen to be born before you, and I have life experiences that have taught me things that I want to share with you. But I'm not a dictator in your life. Like these rules are here for a reason. And I've always given the reason. I've not ever been militant where it's like, what I say goes, don't question it. Like I'm never, ever like that. There was one time where someone told my daughter to put her flip flops on. She was in her feet in a parking lot. Um, and she didn't. And I was like, hey, you were just told to put your flip flops on. There's screws and nails out here. I don't want you to get, hurt. And she's like, oh. And I said, well, why didn't you just put them on when you were told? And she literally said, she was like 8. She was like, well, they didn't give me a reason. And I'm like, okay, fair. And I know, some parents are going to be like, I'm not going to give my kid a reason for every single thing. And it's not like that. Like I never did, I don't have to. But it was just kind of that built in, I guess, lateral.
I like that because
mutual.
kids want to have understanding of why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I mean, we sometimes talk at children and people and expect them to already come out of the womb knowing everything. But when she said, well, they didn't give me a reason, it's not about the reason or rebelling. It's about she wanted understanding, and maybe yeah.
And I don't believe in ever talking at people or down to people for anything because I'm nothing more special than the next person. So if I just hold you with the same regard, even if you're 5, like you're still capable to understand. And if I talk to you in that manner, and if I just continue that, then it's just going to augment as you grow. So there's not ever a time like I literally have never had to ground my children. They're 15 and 16 years old. I've not taken away anything from them ever. We've never even gotten a fight ever. And they don't argue with each other. They're best friends.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know the magic answer to that. I just know that I never dictated anything to them. Even when there were chores and like house rules and things, they had a say in what they were. We had this little board, and I said, what chore do you want and how much money do you think it should be worth? One of them said cleaning their room, and I was like, oh, absolutely not. Like that's your responsibility. A chore and a responsibility is different.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of set those guidelines. Now ask Clint, are the kids' rooms perfect? No.
So you treated them like they were part of the team
Yeah, always.
and
Yeah,
gave them
my sidekicks.
input and
Yeah.
choose things that maybe they like to do or
Yeah,
whatever.
1000%.
Yeah, I agree with that because the thing I'm kind of like that in my well, I live by myself and my dogs now, and they don't clean. I need to talk to them about being better team.
Come on, dogs.
But I know in my past, just if somebody doesn't like to do it, then I just hire it out because
Yeah.
the thing is, it's not going to get done, and we're all going to be fighting about it. So I learned that delegate, or if nobody wants to do it, then just go find. Look, if I don't want to do it, I just go hire somebody to do it. That way, I'm not mad at myself or frustrated, and then it's not a big mess all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some contention about dishes in our house. And I just outright said, like, I'm not going to fight over dishes. When it's 80, that's one of my big sayings. It's one of my sayings I tell my clients all the time. When you are 80, will it matter? To me, when I'm 80 and I look back, I'm not going to think about if the dishes were done and who they were done by in my house.
Wow.
I don't.
Good.
So I don't care. I don't put an emphasis on dishes as a chore that should be a child's chore or a adult chore. What I don't know. They just need to get done, and I'm willingly, joyfully, just I don't know, do the dishes, get them done, right? But because of that, um, oftentimes my kids see that and they're like, oh, "Don't make mom do the dishes," and they'll jump in and do dishes. But I've not ever demanded that this is a kid's chore and you have to do it, because I think that will break the relationship. That will break what I was trying to establish on us being just lateral teammates, because now I'm trying to tell you what to do. I want them to do it because they want to do it for somebody else, willingly to take that chore away, an act of service, whatever.
I like that.
Yeah. So dishes, I don't care who does dishes.
Well, I like that you're a team player in everything. I mean, and you do that in your own life. I mean, you pick a coach and you're a team player with them, and then you bring other people on the team to help you, which is your hormone, peptide, the people. You put your team together, and then your team all communicate. But then when you're saying you're at home, you guys are team players and you're communicating and you're getting understanding. And you got understanding from your daughter whenever she didn't want to put her flip-flops on. She said, well, they didn't tell me why, but you allowed her to give that feedback. You were a team player and you cared about how she felt, and you allowed her, which was awesome. What I love is that you allowed her to, sorry, my ducks or something. Oh, maybe it was an ambulance or something weird going on out there. I forgot I was saying something about your daughter, and then I like that you allowed your daughter to share her feelings. And a lot of times people are like, oh, just do as I say, whatever, but you also lead by example. You're like, I'm a team player when I have my goals. And then when you're at home, you're a team player. And then you understand that there are things that nobody wants to do. And then we have to address those things.
Yeah.
Then we consider other people. And then your kids in return are considering you because you consider them. I like that you have really good values. Not only off, out, when you're doing your own thing, but you have really values at home, and also know that your kids aren't perfect and the room's not always clean. So you don't say, "Oh, I'm just a perfect life."
Oh no,
don't. You have your challenges too. So talk about that. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. Got to give me some context. I might ran out. Okay. Yeah, we have plenty of time. Tell me about your biggest challenge. Let's see, in your journey in your life. Do you have like something that you're like, oh, when I say challenges, like what's the hardest lesson you ever learned, or what's the let me say another way of communicate, because there sometimes when I say it, they're like, well, I don't know, and they think about it, but what's the challenge that you went through and then you learned from it?
Let's see, I would probably say that I've done a massive personal evolution into not caring. Does that make sense? So I spent some time in therapy, going through divorces and things like that. So I was not opposed to seeking professional help, even in the space of, my mental health as well, to try to navigate all those changes that were going on in my life. And my therapist was like, I owe the change of Lisa 2.0 to her, because she said a couple of things. One of them was that she gave me permission to not. And by that, she meant I give you permission to not be in control of everything and everyone, because
Oh,
that's not your job. And even though I wasn't trying to be controlling, right? But I always thought that if I worked really hard, or if I did so much for so many people, that I would get it in return somehow. Um, or that I wouldn't treat them like that. So why do they treat me like that? And she was like, Lisa, you
oh,
are only in control of you. You cannot control other people, and you need to let all of those emotions and feelings go, because they're not yours to carry. And that was a really big, like, I give you permission to not care about what other people think of you, or um to not care if I'm hurting somebody's feelings, and not warp myself, like swing so far to their pendulum when they never swing back to me, or never even try to meet me in the middle, even. Um, so basically, she was just saying, have some personal boundaries for peace in your own life. Like, what would bring you peace? And then draw your lines in the sand, and then you'll find out who's going to respect that and honor that, and who's going to try to fight it. And the people that try to fight it, they're not your people,
oh, okay.
kind of thing. Um, and that was hard, because I've always been a people pleaser. I'm a rule follower. I'm a like, just genuinely nice person, like, through and through. Clint always says I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and if people hurt them, I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like, why would they do that? I would never do that to someone. Why would they do that to me? And that's not how the world works. So I guess, in a way, like, laying the boundaries and just giving myself permission to not, whatever the not is, with a lot of people, has allowed me to be truly me.
Yeah.
And when I'm truly authentically myself, then I just attract the people that want to be around that. And then my life has just, like, literally exploded
Yes.
with great, good things. So I get that would be my biggest challenge, is like living that before life, where I thought
Yeah.
it was like happiness versus joy, if you've ever heard that discussion. And I was living in happiness, because it was like an if then. If I do this, then they'll be happy, then I'll be happy. If
Yeah.
Versus just waking up in a constant state of joy, because I have a blessed life. And we've worked to get to these blessings, but if I'm constantly just living in the joy of my life, then the people that are, doing whatever, that are causing issues, they could just not. I'm here, and I'm just living in my aura. But I've attracted so many good things and good people.
I'm just smiling because Claire says you're gonna love my wife because she's like you. And I was listening to you, and then all of a sudden you got to that part where you said, "I'm go by the rules all the time." Like I got pulled over by a police officer one time, and he said, "Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over?" And I go, "No, because I don't break rules." I literally am like a smarty pants like that, because I don't.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a person, I know that I don't try to break rules, right? And he was like, "You didn't break a rule, your vehicle did, because one of my lights were out or something." But
Okay.
like, I don't try to break rules on
Yeah.
purpose. Doesn't mean I don't, because I do, because I'm a human person. But you said a people pleaser. I go by the rules. And then when you jumped, and then you also said something, because your whole thing, and I was like, man, that is me. That's my personality. But you said, when I became authentically me. When I became authentically me, and I started attracting people, and everybody just started loving me. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. And there are people that need to go, but I started looking at them different, like, you need to go, because look, rejection is protection and redirection. And I always play, thank you, Jesus, for them being in my, this is me. Thank you, Jesus, for them being in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But as soon as they leave, I go, oh, it's because I thank God for them, because God says he doesn't withhold any good thing from me. So I happen to know that you is not good for me. And
Yes.
I mean, you are good or bad, and it could be not right now. And you may later on in my life. So it does. I never say this is because you're bad. No, you could come literally back in my life next week, and it's supposed to be that way, right? Or today, But when I started looking at life different, like what you said, oh my God, I started living in so much more joy, because I was like, this is not a bad thing happening to me.
No.
And also, when you're a people pleaser, you just keep trying to please people, and then you'll attract those people who are just there to benefit from you.
Yeah, kind of like sucker. Little leeches. Yeah. And I think that they don't know. I think that they don't know that they're like that. I don't think that there's anybody in my life that has literally woken up and been like, I'm going to be malicious towards Lisa today. I don't think so at all. But I think that the path that I've chosen has allowed the universe to enlighten me on where I want to direct my energy and focus. And over there is where all those people are living that are in the same vibe, that are, vibing on that same level with me. And if you're over here, I don't think that I'm any better or worse or anything than anybody else. I truly don't. I'm probably one of the most humble people in the world. But I think that if I could help you come over here, you better believe the door's always open. And I'm always here to help people be better and good, because I've lived on the other side of just constantly warping yourself to try to fit into other people's molds, and thinking that that was the right way to do it, and thinking I was so nice and kind to do that of myself, to compromise all the time, all the time, all the time. But honestly, this whole joy and authenticity over here is like so freeing, because then there's no weight of anything. There's no like, boy, I have to do this because I'm just doing me, and I'm just going with it. And if I turn around and there's a bunch of little chickadees and followers, and I'm like, come on, let's go. Everybody, let's do this. Right.
Yeah. I really, really like that, because so many people in the world, they're always trying to be like somebody else. And the reason they're unhappy is because they have to put on their representative every day. And they're like, oh, I'm going to act like this, do like this, say this and say that. But if you're just truly who you are, when people come into your life, they go, that's just Lisa, that's just Amy. And then they love being there. And you never have to guess, do they want to be in your life? Or you don't have to be something that you're not. So they're make sure they're around. Yeah.
You know what I equate it to, Amy? Have you seen Cinderella?
Yeah. A long time ago, yeah.
Well, that scene where she like wakes up and she opens the door and like the birds are chirping and the sun is shining. Like, I just feel like my life is like that now. Now that I just am living authentically, it's just like, oh, like the sun is there, it's bright, it's airy. There probably wouldn't be anything aside from like a couple major disastrous things that could happen in somebody's life, right? That would really make me like pissy, for lack of a better word. Like, I just love life, and we've got plenty in our life to sit and dwell on, right? I mean, we own businesses, there's financial things, there's 2 kids in high school, there's blended families, there's dogs with seizures diagnosis. We've got it all in our life. So I could sit every day and find something to gripe about, but like, why? Like the good, there's so much more good. I feel like people make so many mountains out of molehills. And especially being in the coaching arena, I have some lifestyle clients, and they check in with me weekly, and I just read these check-ins sometimes, and I'm like, are you happy? Like, wow. Like, do you read the things that come out of your mouth? Like this, it's like defeating sometimes, because you just want to shake people and be like, just be joyful, just be you, just be happy, find the good. Clint says gaps and gains. There's another person that calls them bright spots or like glimmer, like There's so much of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that if whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to get, and in your mind, and getting control of your
And
thoughts in your mind. And you seem to have done that, not just in your body. And you, what I notice when I'm listening to you is that everything in your life is very purposeful, from your coach to getting education, and getting understanding is important, and getting understanding and allowing your kids to get understanding is important to you. Being a team player, I mean, if you put all these things together, the package and the life you've lived, the reason you have the joy is because everything you do is purposeful. And then you're like, yeah, I've had challenges, but then even in my thoughts in my mind, but then I got somebody to get me some help, that to give me tools to look at things different. And then you go, you know what? Now I'm going to just be me. I'm going to be authentically me. I'm not going to just try to please everybody, because some people just want to they just want you to constantly please. I
yeah, you
know.
can't win.
I am attracted to those people. I'm like, all I do. And I remember whenever I became single, I was like, oh my God, I don't even know. I literally was like, I don't even know what I like, because I'm so busy taking care of everybody else and loving everybody else. And then I was like, no, I'm loving me, and it's just okay. And there was a time I even went through there. I was like, I think I'm lonely. Oh my God. I was like 6 months in, or maybe it was longer than that. And I was like, I think I'm lonely. And then I go, oh, I'm actually have peace. And then I,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is not loneliness, it's called peace. And
Yes.
it's enjoy. And then I go, oh my God. And when you start looking at it and go, man, my life is absolutely amazing. I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe to the world, you're supposed to have this, this, and this, or people go, what's wrong with you? Because you're pretty and you're successful. What's wrong with you? And I go, actually, there's nothing. I'm just in a place in my life that my next step, I want to be like you, educated. Am I choosing the person I want to? I don't want to just go grab somebody. I want to be purposeful.
Yeah.
My values, are they gonna suck the life out of me, and I'm gonna just are they looking for me to make them happy all the time? Because I don't have time, and I don't want to carry the burden of, let me go make you happy every day, because
Right.
that would be like super hard. And I carried that for
And there goes your peace.
everybody, from my kids to everybody. And I go, now I'm not going to do that. I'm just authentically me, and I want to be purposeful in my next season of my life. I was like, man, if I only get 10 years, I always think that way, right? Because, well, maybe you'll live longer. And I go, okay, well, let's just work it one decade at a time. But if I was going to live 10 years more, what would I want to do? And that's what I just started doing. I go, it's about me right now. I get to choose whatever I want to do. And I think that once you start choosing your life and your pathway like you did, and get so purposeful, and then getting the right people to help you get to your goals and to be okay. So you're like, I want to have lots of extra muscles. I don't want to be, because you do figure, right? And then you go, I don't want to do bikini. I want to do figure. So that's okay. And go, I want to do this, and I want to find people to help me get to my goals. I just love all that. I'm just talking away because I go, I love how you even went through a divorce, but you just kept going.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had my fair share, of course.
And your kids are just crying all the time because they don't want to be left, because you're this people pleaser. I know. That's, like they don't want to leave mom. She just takes care of us every second of the time. Oh my God, I love it. Wow, so amazing things. So I guess my last question would be, what would you tell someone if they go, you know what, I waited late in life, but I've always wanted to be a bodybuilder, and I wanted to do a competition. I want to bodybuild. What advice would you give them? Of course, you gave a lot of advice, but is there any one thing that you would give them, and maybe one do and do not do?
I would say, great, let's do it. And then we do it, right? I guess the one, it's gonna sound so cliche, but the one like do is get rid of the idea of motivation. Like, people think all these athletes and celebrities, we just must have this extra gene in us that we just wake up, with all this extra energy and motivation, right? And it's not about that. This is a long game, and it's literally a lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
so it sounds so cliche, but if you're not able and or ready to wake up every day and find the gym or the training or whatever you need to do to get to your goal as important as showering and brushing your teeth. Like,
Yeah.
it should be that mundane of a thought. Like, there's not a question that I don't wake up, brush my teeth, take a shower, clean my body, go to the gym. Like, I have teeth health, I have skin health, I have internal organ health. Like, it should be there.
Wow.
Like, it's a non-negotiable. And that's what I think a lot of people, they think like exercise or something, it's like extra. Well, yeah, it can be extra if you want to go be a professional. So then that's a little extra, right? I always tell people, are you just on the other side of crazy? Because you've got to be just over the line, not so much where like, wow, you're a loony bin, but like where you're okay with having these ex extra thoughts that a lot of people would look at you like, you do that? Like, well, yeah, I do that. But in this arena, doing that, it's seen as like so extraordinary, but it's just actually healthy. Like it's healthy to eat whole foods. Like it's healthy to move your body. It's healthy to breathe a little heavy. It's healthy to move weight, especially as we get older. Your muscle is literally your key to longevity. It is an active organ in your body. And at about 35 to 38, it just starts to decline. So like at 35, you're just going to stop brushing your teeth. Like, meh, and just let them rot out. Like, no, it's a constant everyday upkeep. It's the same
Yeah.
thing with your body. Like, it's an everyday upkeep. But so that would be my advice is get rid of that thought that we're some highly motivated person because we're normal people. We're moms and daughters and wives and sisters and whatever. So the not do um don't stop. You literally can't stop. Once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah.
That's it. Just keep going.
Don't quit. Just finish what you started. Show up for
Yeah.
you.
The only way you fail is if you stop,
Right.
right? If you don't stop,
And there
then
are going to be times
it
that
won't
you
get done.
to quit because there was that for you, right?
Yeah. Tons of times. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many times. But the thought of quitting brought me back to I'm going to go back to the body that I didn't love and that I started to change because I didn't love it. So now I'm going to change it and then stop. I mean, your body has a genetic homeostasis that it likes to live in based on your family history and all the things. So wherever you were that you didn't like, you can't just go here, put this much amount of work in and be like, oh, I made it and expect it to stay. All
Yeah.
of this that you did to get here at least has to be maintained to stay
Yeah.
here. But if you want more, then you got to do more. But doing more doesn't mean it doesn't make it harder. It just you just keep adapting. It's like Darwin's theory of adaptation. Like frogs have legs because they were going to die because water was becoming scarce. So they had to either adapt or perish. You just keep adapting. The hard gets easy, then you get it hard again, and then the hard gets easy, and then you make it hard again. And then
So, do you have? Are you looking forward to a competition right now? Do you have a goal of something that you're shooting for this year or next?
uh, I'm going to make a pro debut in bodybuilding at some point. I don't know when, 2026 at some point. My more immediate goal is that I have qualified for Masters Nationals for powerlifting. Um, so that's in March. So we'll see where I stack up
So exciting!
nationally. Yeah, it would be cool to place nationally. I did gain an international elite total, meaning I did qualify for a world's meet, but it coincides with my bodybuilding schedule. So I just have to pick and choose right now, right? So we'll go to nationals, see how we do, and then cut into bodybuilding, see how we do as a pro, grow, cut, grow, cut, grow, cut. We'll just keep on going until
Do
we
you
just
and Clint
don't.
compete? Like, who's stronger? Do you arm wrestle, or do you like? Oh, let me. I'm just kind of wondering, like, at that level of, you love being strong. Do you ever like, mess with him like that? I don't know, because he's such an outgoing personality. I'm just kind of curious.
No, no, no. I'm like, is he watching?
I know. Well,
No,
now you got
we're
to
both.
challenge him. Like, Amy's
Um,
on there. Now I gotta. No.
I would love, love, love for Clint to do a bodybuilding show with me, so that we would be on the same schedule. Like we would cut together, we would go get tan together, we would get on stage together. I would love, because I think he would be very successful with it. He's so busy though that I don't know that. The beauty of Clint is that his big flex is that he has afforded me this life that I can live out my passions.
Yeah.
But that makes him a busier man, right? And so there is a level of flexibility you need in your life to be able to do these things. We have big dreams of downsizing because we're both getting older and the kids are getting older. So I'm hopeful that in the next couple of years he will do a bodybuilding show with me. And I did just look up the bench man's record for his age and his weight,
Yeah.
and he could break the state record in bench
Oh,
just
wow.
with the weights that he's lifting now. But we need to slow down so that we can commit to a meet for him to enter, so that
Yeah.
we can get him on the platform to do that. Um, so I'm
Oh,
hopeful.
you should
So
do
as far
that.
as competing,
I'll have to
yeah,
message like, okay, come on, we got to see you do it because he's a
yeah,
legitimate kind of guy. He likes to
I
just go
want
get
him
it
to.
done.
Yeah, I want him
You
to.
might have to delegate more stuff, delegate people to start handling those businesses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's really good at allowing me to just thrive.
I love that.
Hmm.
Well,
And
you
then
guys
I
just
that
put together.
and then that in turn helps him thrive. He always says he couldn't build the house if he didn't have someone helping him carry the bricks or something like that. So I'm his brick carrier.
I love it. And then
Hmm.
always he talks about the power of one more by Ed Milet, and which is the same thing you say. I just go to the gym every week and I just try to do one more, lift one more pound or heavier, whatever you said earlier.
Anything. Yeah.
And everything you do.
Anything.
And you guys are amazing. And he's so,
Oh, Amy.
it was like, oh, wait till you meet my wife.
Well, now we have to meet in person at some
I
point.
know we will. Oh my God, so exciting. So, okay, we have 2 minutes left. Can you just tell us if you're training people online and if that's an option and if you have any openings? And then also, does your coach, tell me about your coach or whatever you want to advertise as far as peptides, anything like that. I mean, I'm leaving it open for you because I'm sure there's people out there that they're on here on purpose, right? They're
Yeah.
like, I have a goal and yeah, and I'm giving this to them for free. So, because we want to make the world a better place.
Yes.
So, yeah, whatever you want to tell them in that area, and then we'll get off here. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I 100% train people. I do have online clients already. I train people in person, personal training, nutrition plans, peptide protocol, peptide plans, all of it. Yes, they can find me. They can email at lifting with Lisa, COS, it stands for Colorado Springs, at gmail.com. So lifting with Lisa, COS, at gmail.com. I do have a website. It's lift with Lisa with an S, Lisa's, at or .com, sorry, www. So I can send all this off to you if you want to put it somewhere. And
Yeah.
then I also do try to stay in my lane. So as far as when you get to know people and you kind of see their life and their body, if there's anyone that has any compromising factors or circumstances that are beyond me, I willingly hand them over to Kenneth Almond with Foundry Nutrition and Training. Um, and I can give his information to you, Amy. He is massive in the functional health space. So, not just the bro style bodybuilding, but functional wellness. So, getting you to your optimal self.
Hang on 1 second. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have somebody to say, what was her email? I didn't write it down in time. I am going to send it out there. I will get her information and then I'll put it on TikTok. Um, I didn't mean to interrupt you because I do want us to tell me that stuff again, but I do have people that are interested. But we're
Okay.
going to get all this stuff out there. But go ahead, what you were saying.
I'm just saying there are some people that need a little extra oomph with their bodies and their hormones and things like that, that I don't try to um, I just try to stay in my lane with my knowledge. And if it's anything beyond me, I pass them along to Kenneth. He is literally my savior. Some people say give it to God. I say give it to Kenneth. So, or we hybrid. A lot of times I pass things on to him hormonally, gut health, nutrition that is involved in hormones and gut health, but then they stay with me for training, personal training, online training, check-ins, lifestyle. Um, I literally have someone that's just with me more for therapeutic reasons. She just likes to check in every week and likes to chat with me, give it to me, vent. Yep, all of it. It's all encompassing to me.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So yeah, you guys, I'm going to get all of her information and I will get it on TikTok today. We'll send it out there. And then Kenneth is your coach, right?
Kenneth is my coach. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then if it's at a level that you're not sure, you will pass it on, but you can coach with her. And then if there's something she doesn't know, she has a team of people that will help you and she'll get you the right place. She doesn't try to go do something that's not.
No.
I'm so glad that I do like that about you. Your values are amazing because some people are like, oh, they just tell you. I know I've been through trainers and different people and they can just take you on this bunny trail.
Listen, Amy, like we're dealing with people's bodies and hormones and functioning. And I would never in a billion years want to take on something that is beyond me medically or anything. And so I just want to redirect people to the right person. And if I don't know the right people, maybe Kenneth knows. And if Kenneth doesn't know, he's got a slew of people. Kenneth has a coach. A coach has a coach has a coach. And so you're just getting this village of people.
Yeah. I love that. And you should have a coach. And I love that you've done that to get great success. You can't chat GPT it. Chat GPT does not have the wisdom and you got to go be around people who've been through the fire and made mistakes and came out and won. Everything's not in a book.
No.
Yeah. No. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. Oh yes. Tell Clint I said hi.
Great.
Huh?
This was so great.
I know. I love it. I love it. I just want to empower people and help people. I want to make the world a better place. And I'm so grateful that you did too. And sowing seed into everybody's life today. And like I said, everyone, I will have everything out to you today from her. And then can you send us those pictures you were talking about where you're at, if you want to?
100%. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And we're so excited and definitely want to tell Clint to come on. We want you to do a show.
No, 2 shows. Bodybuild and powerlift. Let's go.
Yes, do it. So we'll put some pressure on them. Make sure you guys text Clint or message Clint and tell him, get on his Facebook and say, no, we want to see you make this happen.
Yeah.
Because we know that you want to make Lisa happy. Yeah.
I would love it. Happy wife, happy life, right?
There you go. There you go. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And I appreciate it. And yeah, if you could just send everything to me and I'll come back out.
And thank you to everyone who thought it was important enough to pop on and meet me and just hear us chat.
Yeah, I love it. Have a great day.
Bye.